Welcome back to the Buxom Boudoir studio. Last week I had an event here at the studio and I thought, why not talk about it and share some tips that I've picked up along the ways when doing community events. So our downtown here in Port Washington is really great about having events on a regular basis that the local businesses downtown get to participate in. And I think that's a really fantastic form of marketing and networking, especially given the genre of photography that I shoot being as intimate and vulnerable as it is. I really love getting to meet people and connect face to face so that they can see my space, get to know my personality, see if my values align with their values, and if they, want to book a session with me, they feel a little more comfortable then before even reaching out. So, if you're a part of a downtown that has a lot of community events, you should be participating, especially if you're a photographer. I've been doing this now for, 5 years, I think I've had my space here downtown, and I have picked up some tips and tricks that I want to share with you so that when you do your events, you're ready to go. You're rip-roaring and ready to go. Tip number 1, collect emails. I think that's the most important thing a business can do, especially if you are in a service industry like I am, where I don't expect anyone to be impulse buying a boudoir session. Nobody walks into my studio during a ladies' night out and is like, yep, let me just drop $1,500 on a session without thinking about it. No, that's more like something that you would do at like a little boutique or something where you're like, yeah, I'll get these hand towels. Sure. I'll buy that coffee. Sure. People do not impulse spend at my studio. It's something they really need to think about, and they need to spend time with me virtually even to see if this is what they want to do. So collecting emails is really important because I get to build that relationship, set up that rapport, and teach them about what I do over a longer set of time. So I collect emails in 2 ways, and this is going to be very, very important. One of them is with a QR code on a big banner. I give away some kind of photo shoot when I am trying to collect emails because I think that's a fair trade. You give me your email and your contact info, and in exchange, you are entered to win something really, really kick-ass. Let's see. At Ladies Night Out, for me, it was a mini session and 5 digitals. That's what I was giving away. Folks could enter to win that by scanning a QR code, but I also had a pad of paper with the exact same information printed on it that people could fill out manually because for whatever reason where I live, Verizon just does not work. And I never know if somebody isn't going to have Wi-Fi or if their cell service won't work or if their phone just cannot scan a QR code for some reason. So I always have those 2 ways. QR code is preferred because I cannot read everybody's handwriting, unfortunately, but the pen and paper is there as a backup just in case. So I highly recommend doing some kind of giveaway in exchange for collecting people's emails. That's fair is fair. My second tip is that you have some sort of activity, something for people to do, especially if you're not retail, if you're a service, because you don't really have something for people to peruse or browse or shop for. So when they come into your studio, there's got to be something fun for them to do. Our ladies' night was themed, like think Ren Fair, Renaissance Fair. It was called Gowns and Goblets. Very fun theme. So I had a wheel that folks could spin, and then whatever color they landed on, it coincided with a scroll that I made tied with a ribbon, and they got to pick out a scroll of the matching color. And then on the scroll, I had written session discounts, artwork credits, free session add-ons, best friend deals. There was all kinds of stuff on those scrolls, and the wheel was a hit. A lot of people wanted to spin it and have fun. It was something cool to do, and then they got to leave with a very cool little memento that I made. Was it time consuming to make all of those scrolls? You betcha. It sure was. I watched every single Final Destination movie while making those things, but it was worth it. We also had a station behind me at my little hair and makeup station right here. My lead makeup artist, Megan, came, and I had bought a ton of fake, like sparkly eyelashes. We had body glitter. We had glitter to put in people's hair. there was so much fun sparkly stuff. So if anybody wanted, we were kind of calling them like fairy makeovers. If anybody wanted to look like a fairy or let their inner princess out, they could get that done for free. And I did have several people ask, oh, what does it cost? And we're like, it's free. It's just for fun. Let's have a little bit of fun. And people loved it. Oh, they loved getting glitter in their hair. They loved getting the body glitter on their cheeks. So many people loved the eyelashes. It was a blast. Now, bonus tip that I will give you. I put the wine for the night, the beverages that we were serving, in a separate part of my studio. In the past, I've always done the activity and like the wine right next to each other, and it really kind of scrunched up the flow. This was so much better. I had the wine down on the other half of my studio, and then I was over here so that people, when they came in, they could kind of pick which of the 3 stations they wanted to go to. Did they want to get their eyelashes done first? Did they want to spin the wheel? Did they want to grab a drink? It made it a little bit better in terms of moving through the studio. I have a small space, so yes, it still did get a little congested at times, but it was so much better than it has been in the years past. And moving forward, I am always going to have drinks on one end and then activities on the other. Now, this event that I participated in was a wine walk. However, there was a ticket that included the wine, and then there was a ticket that did not. Whenever I participate in citywide events that include alcohol, I always have a non-alcoholic option as well. Not everybody drinks. Some people are sober. Some people don't like alcohol or wine. Sometimes people just need a break. At this particular event, there were 27 wine stops, and every single stop got you 1 ounce of wine, which is more than a full bottle. So these women were drinking a lot, and sometimes they just needed a break. So I had made a quick punch that was available to anyone, regardless of if they had the wine ticket or not. Anybody could have an NA option. And sometimes you just need that. So let's try to be inclusive and include everybody when we are participating in these events. And then my last tip is to participate in the theme. Like I said, this one was Renaissance Fair themed. So I dressed up. My husband, who was the bartender for the night, he dressed up. My hair and makeup artist dressed up. Like I said, I handmade all these little tiny scrolls. I crumpled them up. I soaked them in coffee. I made them look aged. I wrote on them with my best possible handwriting. I tied the ribbons around them. I handmade a bunch of pennant flags that we hung on the ceiling. And I didn't go, all out with decorations, but I did get a little bit, dressed up. I did dress up the studio a little bit for that because I didn't want anybody feeling like we weren't participating in the fun. A lot of people dressed up. There were lots of princesses and fairies and people, walking around who were really into the theme. And when they come into my space, I want them to know I'm having fun with them. So if you're going to participate in a themed community event, have some fun with it. Dress up. Turn your space into something that matches the theme. Again, I'm not saying spend a ton of money, especially if you're starting out. You might not have that. But you can do a little bit with a lot. Like a little bit goes a long way. I already had the paper for the scrolls, so all I had to buy was the ribbon. I bought some packs of construction paper to make the flag pennants. I bought the stuff to make the punch. I already had the wheel, and I bought all of the fake eyelashes. It really wasn't a huge expense for me, and everybody had a good time when they came in here. They had a lot of fun. So be memorable for the people who come into your space by participating in the theme. I promise you're going to have more fun. They're going to have more fun, and they'll remember you when they leave, which is so important. And that's the whole reason that we're doing this, right? We want to be memorable. We want to form connections. We want to build those bonds with people who might end up being clients for us. So have some fun with it, okay? If you have ever participated in an event like the one I'm talking about, please tell me about it in the comments. What did you do? Did you dress up? What activities did you have? I would love to hear about it because I'm still learning and trying to come up with new ideas for events that I'm a part of in the future. So please tell me in the comments what you've done. If you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe to my channel if you are looking for more photography education. I appreciate you being here. Happy shooting, and we will all talk again in the future. I put out videos like every Saturday, so we'll talk again soon. Bye!